Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 17.
Welcome back, everyone, to Galaxy 666. Your faithful guide, Tug, here. We were struck full force this week by another quintessential axiom of Lionel Fanthorpe's work while he was with Badger. When action arises, ramble. And this week's session serves as a great example. Think again about what is happening in our story. 4 men in a spaceship in an unexplored corner of a mysterious galaxy suddenly find their ship, against all laws of nature, and without any action on their part, flashed forward, closer and closer to a star. They can't control it, they can't avoid it, and they reach the point of near incapacitation due to the heat. Suddenly they are flashed backward until they are back where they began. What should they do? What would you think of doing? What makes the most sense? In Galaxy 666, the answer is, discuss foul language, discuss numerology, discuss the nature of good and evil in man. In other words, rant aimlessly far away from the storyline. What safety measures does anyone take? None. What contingency planning does anyone do? None. What communications or distress signals does anyone send? None. What is additionally amazing is how nonchalant all the characters are in the face of their current predicament. There's no sign of concern or tension. They just keep talking. I know it is important to stay calm in a crisis, but to ignore the crisis completely? The answer as to why nothing is happening and why everyone is completely disinterested in what is happening is very clear and simple. Pel is, again, burning paper on his quest to fill the 158 pages. He is doing this through an almost stream of consciousness method of writing, or dictation. He says the first thing that comes to his mind, and Pel's mind is about as far from what is happening in the story as the characters are. Let me show you what I mean. Can you, my most persistent and diligent listener, tell me in what position any of our heroes are? Are they standing, sitting, floating? Can you describe the inside of the Space Greyhound, or the outside of it? Anything about it? What are the men wearing? How do they talk? What do Oski and Bronit even look like? What Pel is supplying is dialogue without any description of situation or environment. We hear the characters, but we see nothing, smell nothing, and consequently, feel nothing. We do not imagine ourselves being with the characters in their situation, as there is no where to be. Our imaginations have no focus to work with, which leads the writing to become dull as well. The topics, numerology, the nature of man, can be interesting, but our expectation is a story of space and survival and drama, and we're waiting for the story to move forward. Yet Pel only allows us to experience people talking on random subjects, and it is painful. Why numerology? Or why even call the book Galaxy 666 in the first place? Lionel Fanthorpe has seemingly always been interested in the supernatural and mysterious, and some of those wanderings have brought him to the House of Numerology. You can drop by his website and find many of his titles focusing on the mysterious and the unexplained. Numerology is the study of the occult meanings of numbers and their supposed influence on human life. And I will leave it to you to read Mr. Fanthorpe's book, Mysteries and Secrets of Numerology, to divine his true thoughts on the subject. But certainly there is a case to be reasoned that numbers do have an effect upon us. However, it is not numbers themselves that have the effect, as they are imaginary and exist only in our minds, but it is the belief in the effect of numbers that matters. And clearly this holds true for many other imaginary institutions, such as language, justice, honor, etc. What makes us human, what separates us from other life, is our imagination, which takes what is imaginary, like nations, money, and numbers, and makes it real to us. But why 666? As most of you probably already know, this comes from a reference in the Christian's New Testament. From the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18, I'll quote here from the New International Version. This calls for wisdom. If anyone has insight, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is man's number. his number is 666. And as Pell alludes to, there are many theories and ideas about what all that means, which recalls my first point. It is we who give meaning to numbers, not the other way around. As we bring this session to a close, one more look at Bronit's great leadership skill. Shall the mission be aborted? Let's vote on it. Spoken like a true hero of
Galaxy 666.
Here ends Session 17.